My name is Shaina, and I'm going to get real personal real quick. 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease. This really complex disease completely debilitates the body and has left me disabled. It has been really hard to overcome, but I don't like to focus on those things. I like to focus on the gifts that Lyme has given me. Being a disabled designer has given me so much empathy, passion, and perspective. My personal healing journey has been my biggest inspiration in my designs. I didn't want to create another project, though, that focused on my disability. I wanted to design something that embraced my healing journey. Lyme disease symptoms are worsened by the effects of climate change. Yet I continually find healing in connecting with the natural world, and I have been humbled by Earth's power to heal. So for this project, I wanted to embrace and recreate this relationship that I have with the Earth for other people. Now, I know that most of you are aware of climate change, whether you want to be or not, and you know that humans are the ones causing it. To design something inspired by my relationship with the Earth, I wanted to get to the root cause into how one species can have such a negative impact on the Earth. There actually was a very easy answer to my question: human exceptionalism. Human exceptionalism is the belief that humans are the most important entity in the universe. It is the reason that we have been able to separate ourselves from nature and try to control it. It is the reason that we have self-promoted ourselves to the top of the pyramid. In her book, The Mushroom at the End of the World, Anna Zing challenges our comfortable seats at the top of the pyramid. She says, "In protected homes across the empire, people circle up in their armchairs with their pets and their species-simulated snacks to watch the destruction of the rest of the world on TV. It is hard to know whether any humans will survive such domestic dreams." This quote really stuck with me, and I began to think, where does human exceptionalism exist in our lives? And where do we protect our domestic dreams? This brought me to death. And I realized that even after we die, humans actively disconnect from nature. While all other species decay and return to the Earth, we strive to do the exact opposite. In America, we deplete immense amount of natural resources to make our coffins. We contaminate the air during cremation, and we contaminate our water during embalming. Embalming is the process used to clean and preserve the bodies after death. In America, over 800,000 gallons of formaldehyde, which is one of the top 10 known carcinogens, is used per year during embalming. Most importantly, these processes preserve our bodies, so when we are buried deep below the surface in airtight wood and concrete boxes, we remain stuck in our domestic dreams forever. The only remedy to our human exceptionalism is to remove ourselves from the top of the pyramid. By placing humans back into the circle of life, our species can be humbled. And we can realize the profound idea that we are nature. Introducing Leaves. Leaves is a coffin that helps us acknowledge a transformation from death into new life. With the use of fungus, it helps our bodies have a greater purpose after we die. Its rope has a dye embedded with spores, so once the body is buried, fungus grows to speed up decomposition, and also absorbs the body's toxins, so only our nutrients like oxygen and nitrogen go into the soil. Fungi are amazing indicators about the human condition. They follow us and our behaviors in all stages of life. We eat mushrooms, which are fungus, and then we also watch them break down our rotten food. But what leaves does is think about how fungus can bring the connection that brings humans back into the circle of life. A lot of people have said to me, well, Shaina, why can't we just wrap the body in a shroud and put it bare into the ground? Many cultures around the world do this. Well, today that doesn't really work because our bodies are filled of so many toxins, from the pesticides we eat to the chemicals we put on our skin. So if you just put a body bare into the ground, those toxins go with it, and that only adds to humans' negative impact on the earth. This coffin solution to this contemporary problem means that our bodies can have a greater purpose after we die. During my research, I really became connected to the amazing rituals performed around the world, and I wanted Leaves to share this. About 1 year after the body has been buried, the soil becomes completely nutrient-rich and balanced. This means that a tree can be planted above the burial site as a physical memorial. This transforms the cemetery into a beacon of new life, the metaphor that shows our bodies have a greater purpose. In a time where we honestly just don't have room for more cemeteries, this transforms the burial grounds, which, once a piece of land full of dead bodies, is now a beautiful park full of new life. When making Leaves, I really became connected to the rope tying process. It was so emotional and meditative, and I thought that those mourning could perform this to tell a beautiful story. If those mourning can help in the creation of the coffin, then maybe they can find healing and acceptance a little easier. I designed it so no matter where you are buried, it's using local materials and avoids invasive species. So this coffin here is perfect for someone who lives in the northeastern United States, like myself. The wood is made from pine, the rope is made from coffin, and I chose the dye from one of my favorite vegetables, red onion. So yes, in the end, I ended up designing a coffin for myself. And after thinking about death so much for the past few months, it's really changed my perspective. And overall, I want Leaves to create this conversation that not many people want to have. Rather than being afraid of death, let us humble as a species and remember the profound idea that we are nature. Thank you.